having an awesome day. Welcome back to another Coffee with the Coaches right here. Us. Oh yeah, that's us. We got Coach Kat, Coach Valencia, Coach Daniel, and Coach Susie in the house. All right, you guys. So before we get into our topic today, first of all, Valencia put out this beautiful display of our VIP t-shirts here today. So if you are a new VIP or we owe you a VIP shirt, let us know because we have them in. And they're awesome. So beautiful. All right, cool. Another thing, you guys, today I want to talk to you guys about MyZone. If you are not training with MyZone yet, make sure you guys pick one up. I have 6 here on the table, and these are actually the last ones we have in the studio. So if you want one, pick one up. You guys, these things are awesome. So you get the MyZone heart rate monitor right here, and it clips onto your belt, and you wear it around your chest, and that way this monitor is like straight reading your heart rate from the source right there during your workouts. It's awesome. You guys have seen the screen when you come into the studio. Anybody who wears a MyZone, that square pops up with their name on there, and then it tells them how many calories they're burning, where their heart rate is at, and then the color and the percentage is letting you know like where your intensity is at. So that's like the best thing about MyZone. So that way you know if you have room to like give a little extra in your effort to really get the most out of your workout. So I think all of us are training with MyZone. What are your thoughts on MyZone, Valencia?
It really makes me push myself. Like I'll be training and I think that I'm going hard, and then I look up and I'm in like the green, and I'm like, okay, I have to push harder.
There you go. Yes, that's the main point. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, same thing, and I know I can push myself to like 80-90%, so if I'm just like hanging out in the 70s, I know that's like a signal for me, like, hey, I need to pick it up. And it's cool because the coaches can see it on the screen in real time, and they can call you out on that as well too. They can call you out if you're like in a low range, and then they'll also give you a shout out like if you're killing it and if you're in the red. So it's just a lot of fun with the workouts too.
Yeah, it is. What do you think, Susie?
I love MyZone because I don't sweat, and so it's very rare if you see me sweating. So I feel like they used to think I wasn't putting effort in, or maybe I wasn't pushing myself. And so once I got MyZone and I was killing all of those colors, they saw that I was actually putting in effort. Just everybody looks different when they're working out, you know.
Yes.
So it's a nice way to show that I am putting in effort and I am trying my best. And to their point, when you're not, you kind of check yourself and you get back right into it.
Yes, that's the whole point of it. I love it. And when there's a bunch of you guys on MyZone in one session, it is so much fun. Like yesterday, like just seeing the whole board like all in yellow. If you guys help bring up the energy in the room, because it gets us coaches super pumped that you guys are working hard, and we know you guys are feeling the workout. So $80 for a MyZone. Pick one up. It's yours to keep. You can use it when you come in and train at boot camp. If you're working out at home ever, you can use it. Whatever you do, any type of physical activity, exercise, it connects to the app, and then you can track all of your workouts, and you can earn points and rewards and badges for your own self. So wanted to talk to you guys about that today. All right, you guys, so I'm going to pass it on over to Valencia, so he'll let us know what we're talking about here today.
Hi guys. So today is a very relevant topic, and I'm not sure, I know all of us are going through like the same thing or some sort of thing. It's basically just talking about obstacles and dealing with stress and pushing through it. Because I know every single person, whether you're watching this right now or you're live, I can't see names, but I'm talking to you. If it's you, if it's the people that are watching that recording, us right here, we all have our obstacles. We all have stress that comes along with it. And the biggest thing that we just want to bring to the table is the fact that the obstacle is not the end-all be-all. Just because something comes in your way doesn't mean that you give up or you stop or you have to completely redirect your course to something else. It means you keep on going, you keep on pushing. Now, I know it's always very intimidating when it comes up. Obstacles come up and you want to just figure out how to fix that problem, do it, and you can get very intentional about that. But it's all about finding different perspectives. Now, we all go through different things. Again, we're not the same people. That'd be weird. But we all have our different situations. So I want to go one by one, kind of think of what's something that's relevant right now that's been an obstacle over these past couple months that's come to us. And that's come to you, Daniel.
Well, obviously, certainly what has happened this week with the governor here in California pretty much redoing the tier system and having most counties in the state go back down to the purple tier, which is the most restrictive tier. That was not an easy thing to see and very stressful. We got a ton of questions from all our clients, which was appropriate, and it's just been, it's going to be another obstacle that we need to navigate through over the next couple months. We've been through it in the past, and I reflected on it a little bit on what we did back in March, and I know whatever happens coming forward, we'll be able to tackle it and overcome it, and just continue marching forward.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Right.
And also, I've gotten a lot of people saying, "Oh, are we going to shut down in the next couple of days?" We have no intention.
Right.
We have no intention of doing that. We want to help you guys as much as we can. We want to do every single part. So keep checking in, keep on clocking or checking in for your workouts, and come in here. We got to build up that immune system regardless of anything. So there's a very great obstacle now.
I want to, I was going to just kind of touch on something that Daniel was saying. So I truly believe that life happens for us. Our obstacles and the stresses and the challenges are made to break us down to build us back up and make us stronger. For example, Daniel was saying this already happened to us in March. We've gone through this challenge before and we dealt with it and we overcame it. So now when this challenge arises again, we're going to be able to attack it even better. So just know any obstacles that you guys are dealing with in your life, no matter what area in your life, it's going to build you up. It might not feel like it in the moment when you're in that very low and you're in that stress, but if you overcome that, the next time something similar comes up, you're going to be able to handle it even better. And that's what obstacles are for. They are literally to make us stronger. It's happening for you whether you believe it or not. So
yes, I'm a strong believer of that too. I believe that sometimes bad things happen to us to kind of redirect where we're supposed to be in life. And we're stubborn, we don't want to go that way. And sometimes it's forcing us to go that way. And just to dissect a little bit of what happened in March, Daniel could have been we're shutting down. I'm going to let go of my employees. But instead, he came up with a solution to the problem, right? We came up with online recordings to send you guys. He found a way to keep his staff busy. So he didn't let the problem take over. He took over the problem and he fixed it. So this time that it's coming around again, it's okay, we've done this. We have the solution. We know what we need to do. Yeah. That's how we should treat every obstacle.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yes.
Man, you got me fired up. Thank you.
Yeah. Let's do it.
I gotta take that.
Make it happen.
Cheers to that.
Yes, cheers to
Get
that.
your coffee, cheers.
Coffee.
Water. Drinking water.
I've had too much
I'm
coffee.
not having coffee today.
I've had way too much.
I gotta say though, ever since we started Coffee with Coaches, I've definitely been drinking more coffee because I wasn't a big coffee drinker before. But
I love coffee.
Okay, what are some of the obstacles you've been dealing with, Valencia?
Yes, but before I go forward, if you're watching right now, drop a comment of an obstacle. That way we can get to it in a little bit, right? Yeah. What obstacles are you going through? Let us know. And now I'm going to. All right. So mine are a little bit more personal. For just my at-home life and stuff like that, with my family and everything, a lot of people, my sisters, my brothers, they're all inside the house. They don't really go anywhere. They're not working, and my brother can't work because he's too young, so he's just at school. And my parents go off, and so it's been very, very stressful in the house. When you can't go out and you're all cooped up, clearly anything's gonna irritate you at a time. But when it's your brother or sister, you're not gonna exactly hold back. So it's been an interesting situation, but I can definitely just go home and just be upset or stressed out when I go there because it's the easy way to deal with it, just to join in with them because they're not doing much. But I try to make something a little bit proactive. I have some gym equipment at my house, and so I'll go outside and work out with my brother. Now every single time he does it, he regrets it because I go a little bit insane when I work out, but all for a good reason. And then same thing with my exactly beast mode, and then same thing with my sister and stuff. I just try to be as proactive about the things I'm doing rather than just letting it be like, oh, when I go home it's gonna be a stressful environment, so that's just what it is. Like, I don't like having that mentality when I deal with it, because then it brings me down. If I'm having a great day here with you guys, because you guys are rock stars working out, and then I go home and all of a sudden it's just all downhill from there. Like, it doesn't end my day how I want to. It doesn't give me the satisfaction and fulfillment that I get. So that's more of what I do. But again, trying to just be proactive about it as much as I can with the tools that I'm given.
I'm sure a lot of people couldn't relate to you on that stressful situation. Everybody cooped up at home, not going anywhere, things irritate you. Find ways to enjoy the moment, I guess it sounds like. So that's good.
Pretty much.
All right, cool. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes. All right. So, are you gonna say something?
No, I mean, I've been very open with you guys about a lot of obstacles that I've gone through recently. There's been a lot of them, as even some that I didn't touch on, even just the whole distance learning thing, having Leah with me while I'm trying to work was a very big obstacle. I'm very grateful she's back in school, but we got through it, but there's been a lot of just personal things and things in the business, and the way that I think is good to overcome the obstacles too is allow yourself to have that breakdown moment if you need it. Sometimes, they say you need to kind of hit rock bottom sometimes. So I had to allow myself to get in my feelings and not have to be so strong in that moment. I allowed myself to just let everything hit me, everything that was going on with my family, with just all around me, let it hit me. I broke down about it. I let out some good cries, and I let out how I truly felt, but then I felt so much better, and I've been able to build myself up back from that, and I actually feel really, really great ever since that happened. So I think sometimes you just yes, you want to be strong and overcome things, but also be real with yourself, let yourself feel what you need to feel, and that way you can move forward and past it. But I know I've been dealing with a lot of obstacles, so I don't even want to really get into detail about it. There's been a lot. Go check out my post from last week; it's on there.
Yeah. But it sounds like you kind of you got your priorities set.
Yes, me, my health, my fitness, my goals, that's kind of what I had to refocus back on, because I was definitely letting all of the issues and problems and everything coming up, I let it kind of take over for a little bit, and I definitely had to realign myself and refocus and make myself a priority and what I'm doing a priority, and that has definitely been a game changer. So definitely making myself a priority again has helped out a lot.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yes.
Cool.
So that's what you guys gotta do. Keep making yourselves a priority. We're all gonna have obstacles every day. There's different obstacles throughout the day, every week, every month, whatever. We might all be dealing with things at the same time or individually. But if you just come back to what really matters, which is you and your sanity and your health and your happiness, get back on track with that. Get back on track to making yourself a priority, and that way you can handle with whatever life's going to throw at you, because it's going to keep throwing things at you no matter what.
Yeah, it's that's literally the biggest thing. It's just kind of having that North Star directing you. That way it's regardless of anything that happens, you can keep on going forward because you know what you want to go through, you know what you want to get done. Yeah, I don't know. Each of us has a different way that we navigate through our stuff. So what's one priority that all of us have kind of reestablished in the past handful of weeks, months, whatever it is?
For me, it's just continuing my workouts. Regardless of how stressed out I am or how depressing a situation or how crazy an obstacle may be, making sure that I'm still getting my workouts in on a daily basis is super important. And just not losing sight of that, because a lot of people too often, if they're faced with a difficult situation or something very emotional happens, the first thing they do is stop all the good things that keep them happy. And working out is something that keeps me happy and that keeps me sane and focused and able to handle everything else. So doesn't matter what's going on, I still make time to get my workouts in, whether it's a run, coming into boot camp. I need that to be able to cope with the stress Otherwise, like, I will eventually like break down, and it would be all bad from that point. But yeah, definitely keeping up with my good habits is important.
Awesome.
Nice. Susie?
I think that whenever I'm faced with an obstacle, kind of to what Kat was saying, like I let myself feel what I'm feeling. Because oftentimes we kind of avoid wanting to feel stressed or feel hurt or feel pain. But it's when you actually allow yourself to feel that way that you understand like the root of it and where it's coming from, and then that's how you're able to fix it and identify it. So I often like plan. I kind of try to see like what's coming up in my life. I kind of feel like 'tis the season of obstacles, right? Like we're going into holidays, all this amazing food. You know, people tend to spend a little bit more money than usual around this time of year. And then we're throwing like 2020 and all of its obstacles on top of it. So there's so many, 'tis the year. So I think that there's just so many reasons that we can allow to kind of come into the way of what we want to accomplish for ourselves. And so I often think about that, like the holidays are coming up. There's going to be lots of good food around. I spoke to some of you guys, and I love hearing that you guys already have a plan on what you're going to eat for Thanksgiving, and you know, making a vegan pie or whatever it is that you're doing. I have one member who recently got married, and she's like, Susie, I already bought my meal prep for the week because I know I'm going to be stressed out, and I'm not going to allow myself to stress eat. So it's just knowing what's going to be ahead of you, and you know that you're going to be feeling this way, so what are you going to do to prevent it? And also, like, I think it's okay for you to enjoy these moments with your family, like Thanksgiving, and don't feel bad about having a free meal. Like, don't go eat unhealthy this whole season. But it's okay to have a meal with your family and share, you know, Thanksgiving with them. We've had a stressful year, and anything that you can do to be around your family and feel happy for, you know, a few hours, like, definitely enjoy that and don't feel guilty about it. But have a plan on how you're going to get back on track, and don't let that sidetrack you. And even for the holidays, you know, I know a lot of people are like, I have to budget myself, you know, I have to buy all these gifts and stuff, and you forget about yourself, but you can, because again, like there's all these other things that are going to come in the way. You need to continue to take care of yourself, and bring them in. Gift a gym membership. Get them in here and
bring your buddy for the buddy challenge.
Yes, the buddy challenge. Like that's such a great gift. Like the gift of helping somebody become the best version of themselves. So it's just, you know, think about, for me, like I just like to think about what's going on in my life. How am I gonna feel? Enjoy the moments that you can spend with your family. Like I'm not gonna not go somewhere because there's gonna be healthy food or not healthy food. I'm gonna appreciate all those moments this year. So
nice. I like it. So keeping up with workouts, having that game plan, kind of knowing what's ahead of you. One thing that I had to, like, you know, recommit back to making a priority is definitely eating clean. And it just makes me feel so good, because if I'm eating junk food and like fast food and things like that because I'm stressed out, it causes me even more stress because I'm not happy with my decisions that I'm like with the food that I'm putting into my body. So it's just like added stress and like makes me feel more down about myself. So definitely, like, I've gone back on track with eating clean, and it makes me feel just so much better. So that's one thing that I've made a priority, you know, and not being like overly strict as well, because that just never does you any good. So like, you know, I have my game plan of like when I'm going to be eating clean and when I'm going to have my free meal, and that has definitely helped out a lot. And I know, like, anytime I'm going through a stressful situation, if I find myself allowing myself to stress eat and eat junk, it just makes it worse. So just like having that priority of like eating clean, that's something you can control, right? There's so many things that we cannot control, but like what you're putting in your mouth, you have 100% control of that. So doing that has definitely been like something I've had to recommit to recently. Yes. All right. Oh, sorry.
There, go for it.
Okay, so mine is a little bit more like internal. Mine has been kind of controlling my how do you put this together? My like self-talk, per se, I guess. Like for me, I'm someone that can get really caught up in the weeds, and just like when I'm starting to do something, I'll let like the stresses of the world start to get to me. When I have like thing after thing after thing to do, like I like to stack on a lot of things onto my plate. And especially when I'm at home, like all of a sudden, like once I get to a certain point where I can't handle everything, and you know, right now I'm going to school, I'm working, I'm doing some fun projects on the side, and just helping some people out, and all of that comes with just like working out. And the more stressed I get out, the less focused I am on the way that I'm dealing with myself. Like the more lost and stressed I get over time. And so it does come to things where it's like I'll just start having like a lot more negative thoughts and just like being a little bit more pessimistic rather than optimistic. And I know that's probably weird to hear from me because I'm always smiling and like jumping around and giddy in here, but it's like that's the truth of it. And so it's been a priority to like make sure that I'm addressing situations that come up. Like if I'm feeling stressed, if I'm feeling overwhelmed, to like deal with it, to have like, and to consciously make those positive thoughts and to make those positive connections and bringing the good out of everything that I go through and that, you know, happens for me, like Kat said. And so that's been a really big priority to me because I just know how much distance I can get from myself if I just allow that time to overlap and go and go and go. And so I just want to really make sure that connection with myself is very strong and to keep it that way because I know that's how I feel best, and then everything else goes in line with my workouts, my nutrition, everything else. So that's been the biggest priority for me during this time.
Nice.
Good one.
Awesome.
One thing that I picked back up recently is my gratitude journaling, and that's really helped me stay focused, like on the things that I'm grateful for and the things that I'm happy with in my life. You know, I fell off of it for a couple of months, and then a couple of months ago when my uncle passed away, I started picking it back up. And what really helped me get through that emotional time is like writing down everything that I learned from him and what he gave us as a gift in his life, rather than just focusing on the negative side of things and why did this happen to him and why did this happen to my family. I focused on the gift that he gave our family, and it really did help me cope with what happened. And so since then, I've been making sure that I do it on a daily basis. Every morning, I write down 3 to 5 things that I'm grateful for, and then I just kind of reflect on that during the day. And then I read back, and then the next day I read it again, and then I write something new to help me stay focused on the good things that are going on in life. Because our brains, they can't really focus on negative and positive things at the same time. So what is best for us to try and do is to focus more on the positive things, so that becomes what our mind focuses on, and that's obviously going to translate into the mood that we carry throughout the day, to how we treat people, to how we view different things that happen or different situations that we come across during the day. So if you're facing different obstacles throughout the day and you're focusing on being grateful and having gratitude, like you're going to be able to see that situation from a positive light rather than something negative and driving you down, to a negative state of mind, which is what you don't want. So I would encourage some people to practice some gratitude, write some stuff down, reach out to people that you're grateful for in your life, because that really does help give you that positive mindset.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it might, it just helps too, just because with everything like just so negative and stress, like sometimes it's hard to like remember the things that like to remember like there are some good things going on in your life, even though like you forget about it in the moment because you let those things take over. So just like tapping that back into that gratitude, getting yourself back to like a graceful state and a state of gratitude is just gonna help you like navigate all this stuff so much better. So
yeah.
Look for the silver lining.
And I like to think of it like, when you like start thinking about a car, like something that you want to buy and like you never noticed it before, and like as soon as you're just like, I want this thing, all of a sudden like that same car's in the street, like that same Toyota Camry's there. And it's like, yeah, so it's like every time, like it's the same thing with like negative and positive. Like the more focused you are on the negative, like you start seeing that car again. It keeps coming up.
I literally just so yesterday I made a video for Facebook and I was reading a chapter from the book called Max Out, and he's literally talking about this subject, like our RAS system in our brain. It like finds the things that we want, that we focus on. So like if you focus on positivity, it's gonna find more things in your life for you to be like that are positive and for you to be grateful for. And the opposite is also true. Like if you focus on the bad, your mind is going to go look for things and situations that are bad. So focus on the good, focus on gratitude. And again, just remember, like, these obstacles are for us, you guys. Just like when you guys come into boot camp and you're working with weights, anytime you're lifting weights, like, that resistance is literally breaking down your muscles. And then what happens? You go get some rest and your muscles build up and they come back stronger. So like, your obstacles in life are doing the same thing to you. They might break you down a little bit, but it's gonna build you back up and you're gonna be stronger because of it. Just like what we do here in the gym. So just wanted to throw that out.
There's so many metaphors of working out in
Yes.
life. It's like incredible. That's why I love it so much.
We gotta keep working out, that's why. Remember, you guys, work out, have a game plan, eat clean, be positive.
Gratitude.
Oh.
Yes. Go Dream Team.
Yeah.
Does
We got
anybody
this,
want to share any obstacles that maybe they're facing?
Or how you overcome
them? Yes.
Working out at boot camp is definitely, I know, a big stress reliever for people.
Yes. I think I had that conversation today with somebody. So definitely grateful for that opportunity.
Yeah, you guys, get in here and work out. Like, man, even I go through those days where it's like, you're just like, there's just so much going on that you're just like, I don't even want to work out. But then when you work out, like, you know, the first like 5-10 minutes, maybe you're still not feeling it, but then something happens a little bit into your workout where you're just like, man, you just feel so good. And then when you're done, you feel so much better and you feel grateful that you did it. So like, work out if you have a lot going on. If you're having a bad day or bad moment, a workout is like a great way to get yourself feeling good, like in a quick amount of time, because a workout's only 30 minutes. So.
Yeah, boom.
Cool.
Well, that should, I think that's pretty good.
All
That
right.
was a great talk.
Awesome. Yes, this was awesome. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's leave them with the quote. We have a quote for you guys.
Yeah, so this is the 3 C's. When you're faced with stuff that's like completely out of your control in a very stressful situation. So we encourage you guys to control what you can, cope with what you can't, and concentrate on what matters. That way that you can focus on what you can control and then dominate the rest of your life. You know, stuff that's going on these government shutdowns, that's out of our control. If you focus on that, you're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to be anxious, stressed out, and it's not going to lead to good things. So concentrate on what matters. Yes.
You matter.
All right, Fit Fam.
That
Thank you
is
guys for tuning in today.
Woo! Thank you guys. Have an awesome day. Remember, pick up my zone. We got 6 of them left.
Sign up for the
guys.
Buddy Challenge, guys. You only got a week left to sign up. November
do it.
30th through January 3rd.
All right. Shout out to everybody on Instagram. We'll see you guys.
You're gonna do family.
Oh, no, I didn't do it. Cancel.
Yeah.
I canceled it. All right. Thank you.
Hands in, guys. Hands in, Fit Fam.
Hands in, you guys. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Family.
Woo! Go win the day.
All right,